What's up, guys? It's Mr. Fit to Flourish, and today I wanted to talk about a few stocks that I'm looking to pick up in terms of investing, long-term investing, and then also a few of my plays that I'm looking to get into in terms of options for this upcoming week, the week of July 1st. Okay, and we also have the 4th of July coming this week. Got the 4th of July, so it's gonna be a action-packed week. It's the second half of the year, so just get ready for that. So the first half of the year, what did we have? We had a lot of these chips start to fall off. They started to sell off as investors pretty much cashed in on profits, major profits in terms of Avigo here from January. So as you can see, all the way December, Avigo was trading at $900, and then all the way coming to June, just 6 months later, we're up 100%. This is unheard of. So the fact that investors can cash in on 100% profit halfway through the year is insane. Looking at Avgo, so looking at Avgo, we're looking at it here, and it's looking like it's kind of tapering off here. It's accumulating down at the 1575 level. Looks like it did a Fibonacci retracement here. Let me just kind of delete some of this stuff out of the way. But yeah, it looks like we did a Fibonacci retracement. It looked like we were going to get a gap fill, but we're being saved by the bell right here, saved by the 20 MA, moving back to the upside. If we reclaim this 13 level, 1615 level, then we can get a move back to the upside. So that is something to look out for here on Avgo. It does kind of look like it is flagging a little bit, but we've seen this before where we get a downward move and then we kind of hold on before we make a move back to the upside. It looks like Avgo is going to have investors start to pick back up here for the second half of the year, as we did have a pretty massive sell-off here. And like I said, we're just taking in profits. We're up 100% on Avgo on the year, so it makes sense to just kind of sell off. But in terms of Avgo options, I'm going to be looking to go long here if we hold this 1575, but definitely if we get over that 1615 level, it's going to be key. It's going to be a critical level. Then we'll make a move to the upside. We'll make a pretty good move to the upside. And then in terms of option plays, something I'm watching SPY. So I want to see what does SPY do here. Does SPY get below this neckline? It looks like we're making a double top right over here. Looks like we're making a double top. We ripped to the upside. We had a pullback. Now we have this as a neckline. So it's a neckline. Hey, does SPY continue to the upside? We're holding on to this pink line, which is the 9 MA. So we could continue to the upside, but if we get below 542.58, I'm going to be looking to go short to at least 539, and then after that, I'm going to be looking for a 536 gap fill. And that I'm going to be playing intraday. I'm going to be playing puts intraday, 1 DTE to 0 DTE based on price movement. Something else I'm looking at is I'm looking at Amazon. Amazon recently broke out to all-time highs. And one thing I said that it was going to hit that $200 level and then retrace. Looks like it hit 200 almost like right to the penny, and then now it's retracing. Have a massive bearish engulfing bar here, massive bearish engulfing bar, and then what's going to happen is it's going to now test that 190 level as a support. So we've been testing 180 and 175 and then 180 as support for quite a bit now. Like it's just been like, okay, 180, 175, 170, 180, 175, 170. And now, since we've hit 190 as resistance multiple times, we're going to come back down to 190. So possible intraday shorts here to 190. And then when we get to that level, if we hold, then we'll be able to go long intraday. And there's also additional confluence for this move downward. We have the 9 MA there, which would mean that we need to do a mean retracement down to that 9 MA. That 9 MA is right there. So we can pretty much see the 9 MA kind of curling up and meeting Amazon flat right there at that 190 psychological level, also our previous high. That's something to look out for Amazon. And then there's a lot of news with Amazon, so I expect that after that retracement, we'll get a bounce to the upside and continue. But if we break below, then we could see 185 one more time, which would have potential confluence here with the 20 MA if the 20 MA starts to flatten out. And then continuing on, we have AMD. So AMD has been kind of consolidating for quite a while, giving investors a scare as it pushed to the downside. The thing to look for here is a 9 MA, the pink line. We're going to look for the 9 MA to cross over the 20. Typically when that happens, we get a massive move to the upside. And right now we've had so much consolidation. We've had price kind of balanced out here on AMD, and AMD has been a lagger in terms of chip stocks. So all the chip stocks were ripping. AMD is really not up on the year. It's not up that much on the year compared to a lot of these other stocks. So going back to January, AMD was at 140, 145-ish. AMD is only up $15. So not very much in terms of the stock, in terms of chips and tech altogether. So AMD is going to be looking to potentially rip here, especially with it being a lagger. It's the second half of the year, and we're getting a rotation of money from tech to small caps, and then also to some underbought stocks. So AMD is one of the ones that I'm looking to pick up. If I was going to be picking up anything, it would be AMD, just because it has so much potential and it has a lot of room to the upside. Okay. Now, the next stock that a lot of people want to talk about is NVIDIA. NVIDIA has to hold this 120 level. It looks like it will. It looks like we just had a massive sell-off. Just from people, again, investors are just cashing in profits. So just look for AMD to hold that 120 level. If we get below that, that 118.09 level, we're cooked here, okay? But I think AMD is going to be making a move back to the upside, closer to 140, potentially creating a double top, and then it's going to, again, look for this 118.09 as a neckline for a potential doomsday situation. But I don't think that'll happen, as NVIDIA has been the leader in chips and just partnering with a ton of companies, putting out a lot of good products. All right. And then one of the stocks that a lot of people are kind of sleep on is Netflix. So I've drawn so much on Netflix just because I've just been looking at so much. There's just so much going on with Netflix, and this is pretty much the last play that I wanted to talk about today. There's some other stocks I know a lot of people have been requesting me to look at, but I'm just going to be talking about Netflix real quick. So on Netflix has been on the up and up for quite a bit now. And if we look at from the beginning of the year, Netflix is up over 50%. So Netflix started out at $466 to start the year off, and now it is up near $680. That's over a $200 gain, over, again, close to 50%, over 40% on the year. So investors, are they pulling back on this one? Are they cashing in on profits? Not yet, because I don't think Netflix is done running here. We could get a pullback here. A lot of these stocks look like they have these, they're going up in steps, kind of like up, consolidate. But if we get a neckline break here, again, neckline break here on Netflix at around 668.70, then Netflix could be cooked, at least to about 650. And that is the next support area here on Netflix. So if we get below 668.50, then we can make a pretty big move down to 650, and then even down lower to about 640. But yeah, we need to get past this resistance here on Netflix at about 685.98. So that's something I'm looking out for. I'm looking at this double top here on Netflix, and I want to see, do we get below that 668 level? So that is pretty much all I had for you guys today in terms of stocks I'm watching for this week, and in terms of options plays, and then also in terms of just picking up stocks in general. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. Stay fit physically, mentally, financially, and I am out.
Good morning, welcome to the Fit to Flourish podcast. Let's talk wellness, finance, and growth.